Hey, long time no see. Let's talk about skincare, shall we?
Oy vey.
Hi, my name is Jayne and welcome to my channel. I like to do beauty reviews and I specifically do my reviews for people in my age group, which is over 50. But if you are in a younger age bracket, you could still pick up some tips and perhaps you might like some of these items that I will review today. If you are new here, I'm just going to give you a little backstory on my skincare. I use Retinol A and I also use the new face device about 3 times a week. Now, when I film these segments, I wear foundation that's a little heavier than what I would wear to work, let's say. I was in the market for a new one that might help cover more of my pores. And my skin tends to be on the drier side since I've been using the retinol, but I have a lot of oiliness in my forehead and my chin. So I decided to try the Stila Hydra Chic foundation that everybody is raving about. When I went to Sephora to purchase it, I realized that even though they had a large range of colors, for the mediums, it went from like almost like a light medium dark, but when you went from like a medium to the darkish where I'm kind of in between, it had so many yellow undertones. So I had to get one that said neutral undertones, but it's a little too light. But I said, okay, I can put a little bronzer on. The girl even told me it oxidizes, which that makes no sense to me. Why would it get darker? It should look like how it looks in the container. So anyway, I took it home and immediately I was perplexed that when I squeezed it out, I want to show you, but I really don't want to make a mess, but I'll insert the picture right here. But it went all over the place. It was so runny and so liquidy. But I said, okay, everybody's raving about it. Let me try it on. I used it during the day one day just to give it a test run. I wasn't impressed. I really don't think it's worth the money. I don't know what people are raving about. Maybe it's my skin. So I thought, why don't I try some of the more inexpensive foundations that have gotten good reviews? I went to my local Walgreens, which is the old Duane Reade for you New York City folks. I wanted to try the Maybelline Fit Me line, and this one is the matte poreless foundation. It's for normal to oily skin. I don't particularly like to use a matte foundation, but because of my forehead and my chin, I figured let me just give it a try. The color I got is called Buff Beige, and I want to tell you that I am very impressed with this. It doesn't go on too matte, although I noticed in some areas like by my nose and around my mouth where I probably have drier skin, it got a little flaky and like it just sat there on the dryness, which is probably from using the retinol. To avoid that from happening, I basically put it on regular everywhere else, but when I got to like this part of my face where it's dry, I just mixed a little facial lotion with it and it was fine. I'm wearing it now. I think it gives me a very nice smooth look. Let me know in the comments below what you think. This is just such a great price point and it did help with my pores. I mean, nothing on its own helps. I still have to put a little powder, but for a matte formula, it didn't sit and get cakey even after a couple of hours. Go get this. And also, if you wouldn't mind, at the time of me recording this video, I am at 398 subscribers. I would love to hit 400. You know, maybe some of these companies will start sending me stuff and I can do more giveaways. Help me help you. Maybe even like, comment, share it, you know, do all those fun things. So since I was so impressed with the Maybelline foundation, I said, let me try one of their concealers because I can never find a concealer that really doesn't sit too much under my eyes without giving me enough coverage because I have really, really dark circles. So this is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And a lot of people have been raving about this as well. When I opened it, this should have been my first alert. And it's got like that little sponge thingy there. Yeah, I don't dig something like that you can't take out and wash. You can't. That right there, that's just bacteria waiting to breed. I said, okay, but let me try it. Maybe it's really good. It'll be worth the bacteria. Nope. This was like one of the most horrible concealers I've ever used. It was so runny, just like the Stila foundation. And it did nothing. I put it on, it was like I didn't even put anything on. So please, don't even waste your money on this. And I'm so sorry because I really like the Maybelline foundation. How could I hate the concealer? But it's just not good. So I was on the market for a new blush. So again, I wanted to save some money. So I then went to Target and I got some e.l.f. blush. But I am going to show you the package that I picked. And I think it was about 10 bucks. So you have like this nice peachy color, a little bit of a bronzer, and 2 pinks. One is iridescent, the other one isn't. Okay, fine. It's a nice pink, nice little peach. But when I get home, this is what I got. Does that look the same to you? I mean, look at those pinks. No, that doesn't match. It is so much brighter in its case. I hope the camera is picking it up. It's really, really bright. I said, okay, you know, it's $10. If I lose $10, I'm not gonna cry. I won't get coffee for 2 or 3 days, but I tried it anyway. And I have to say, it's not so bad. It looks brighter in the packaging than it does on your skin. I'm wearing it now. I'm actually wearing a little bit of the pink and the peach mixed together, and I think it's pretty nice. I have a little highlighter over it, but it's not bad, and I wore it during the day to work and it stayed on all day and it didn't make me break out or anything. I would prefer it to be a little less brighter. I had to have a very light touch with my brush, but 10 bucks, you can't beat it with a stick. This product is not necessarily cheap, but it is a good buy. You get a lot of use out of it, especially if you travel. I won a contest where I won this big box of makeup from Shelly Saves the Day. Thank you so much, Shelly. And in this was this Smashbox contour kit. It's actually called the Contour Palette. It's very nice. I never really contour my face, but I thought, let me try. And I really like it. I have it on right now. It's very subtle, and that's what I like about it. It's not like a heavy contour. It's actually like a powder. I hope you can see that. It blends in with my skin tone very well. I don't know if they make it in other colors. I hope they do for other skin tones. What makes this kit amazing is that you can get a lot of uses out of it, especially if you travel. I'm wearing the highlighter on my eyelids as eyeshadow, the dark contour for contouring your face, for contouring my crease, and I have the bronzer on in places I would obviously put bronzer. It retails for 35 bucks, and I know that's kind of pricey, but if you think all of the uses you get out of it and the ease of when you travel, just put that in. You don't have to think about bringing an eyeshadow kit with you or a separate bronzer. I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay, so let's talk about cheap, inexpensive skincare. So like I said before, my skin has been really dry due to using the retinol A. I decided to get this night cream from number 7. Again, I got it at Walgreens. It's not bad, but it's not heavy enough. What would my mom do? Good old Pond's dry skin cream. Let me explain my saga with this. You can feel it's heavy. We all know Pond's makes heavy products. When I just use it a lot, like not a lot, but like a usual nighttime amount, I woke up with some acne, which is surprising because the retinol was really helping that. So I'm wondering like how thick could it be? I was ready to throw it out. Right, so let me try a little experiment. So after I put my retinol at night, I put just a little bit of this, like a very light touch of it, a thin layer. And then over that, I put my usual CeraVE PM, which has hyaluronic acid. I hope I'm saying it right. I never pronounce things right. Which kind of just like locks in moisture. Well, let me tell you, when I wake up after using this, my skin feels so smooth in the morning. And both these products, Walgreens. cheap. We like cheap. Last but not least, my final inexpensive find is something that women have been using for years. Sometimes they're told that it's too heavy, and I'm gonna tell you why I started using it. I just have so many skin problems, right? Like, this is just gonna go on and on. I'm surprised most of you haven't clicked off by now. I am sure that my retention percentage on this video is gonna be very low, but for those of you who stuck around, I will tell you. So I suffer also from atopic dermatitis. I've had it since I was younger, and it basically is a form of eczema. Well, I'm starting to get it on my face. Only certain areas, and it's not from the retinol because I don't put retinol on my eyelids, and I started to get dry patches there, and a friend of mine told me to use Vaseline. Yes, folks, good old-fashioned Vaseline from Walgreens. Walgreens should be giving me a sponsorship at this point. I said, this isn't gonna work. I mean, they tell you never to clog up your skin with Vaseline. Well, put it on my eye for a week, guess what? Gone. Not only did it help the dry patch, but I started to get a little of the dry patch under my eyes, so I put some under my eyes. And you know what I noticed? That when I put on my concealer now, it's not as dry there. The Vaseline at night, when I wake up and I put on the concealer, I'm telling you, I see such a difference. This big tub, I don't know, it's cheap. What is it, $7, $8? I don't know, depending on where you live. I mean, you get so much, and it's so worth it. Let me know in the comments below if you used any of these products, if you like them, if you're interested in trying any of them, and I will see you in the next video. I want to know the people who are using this. I mean, are they in a different universe? You know, in the, I can't talk today. I don't know, whatever. You know, like the brow bone, whatever, and the crease. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. Not only is it good for car as my heater goes on. Sorry about that, folks. It's actually my boiler. I hope my mic isn't picking it up. Maybe I'm just wasting my time jibber jabbering about it.